Hey guys, Alessio, Rastani of Leading Trader. Hope you're well. Guys, I don't know about you, but I think that Christmas has come early for Bitcoin and Bitcoin investors. And in fact, if you listen very carefully, I think you can hear something, can you not? Listen very carefully and you can probably hear the sound of screams by Bitcoin short sellers, the people who are betting against Bitcoin. They're now getting squeezed out. Yes, guys, as I'm speaking right now, in the last couple of hours, and I'm sure you probably noticed it yourself, Bitcoin has had a dramatic surge which we in fact predicted would happen about only a couple of days ago. We said a big move. In fact, let me show you. Let's examine the evidence before I continue here and show you the exact reason why Bitcoin is surging and skyrocketing here. As you may remember, just about a week ago, I posted a video. And in that video, I showed you this. I said, look, it's time to do the opposite of the herd. In other words, everybody else on Bitcoin. And I said, Bitcoin has very likely bottomed. That was my shocking prediction. Now, in case you're thinking I'm doing this in a braggadocious way, to brag. No, absolutely not. I just want to show you the reasons to explain what's really going on here. Firstly, we know that the majority of the dumb money, the majority of the non-commercials were betting against Bitcoin. I showed you that in this particular video that I just about a week ago. I said, look, the dumb money, the non-commercials are betting heavily against Bitcoin. They're short. In other words, they're opening strong short positions against Bitcoin. They were expecting Bitcoin to drop, as you can see here by these figures released from the Chicago Board of Exchange. So number one, the sentiment was against Bitcoin among dumb money. According to a CNBC poll, and again, I mentioned this only a few days ago, they found that 64% of people, and I showed you this, 64% of people expected Bitcoin to drop lower. They said the Bitcoin had not bottomed. We disagreed. As I mentioned before, what is the likelihood? How likely is it that the dumb money is correct about Bitcoin? They were clearly wrong here. As Jim Rogers said, guys, when everybody is thinking the same thing, somebody is not thinking. We should at least examine the other side. Now, the other piece of evidence I showed you was that according to Google Trends, people were Googling this particular phrase, is Bitcoin dead? And the other phrase they were Googling was this one, how to short Bitcoin. So these phrases were being searched a lot by folks out there who were essentially trying to short Bitcoin. Now, in my video about a few days ago, I also showed you this. I said, what is now the most likely move for Bitcoin? And I showed you this. I said, look, Bitcoin has retraced to a 61.8% Fibonacci level, which, by the way, in case, let me just show you exactly what I meant by that. So if I just do a quick Fibonacci retracement tool here, there it is. There it is, guys. So you can see that was the level I was showing to you. You see, I came back to the 61.8% retracement, held this level really nicely, and I said, look, pay attention now. This could be the start of a big major move higher, and that, of course, is what has started. And let's not forget the last piece of evidence, which is this one. I showed you this in my Sunday video. I said Bitcoin's next move will likely happen on this date. And I showed you this. According to my time resistance indicator, my LT time projection indicator, the most likely dates for a potential big move, as I showed you in the video, was between the 15th and 22nd of July, peaking around the 17th. I showed you this, between the 17th to the 19th of July. In other words, the peak, the highest probability time period for this to happen was between the 17th and the 19th of July. So guys, yes, without a doubt, this is a phenomenal move, and I think this is just the start. This is just the start of a major rally in Bitcoin. In case you're wondering why I think it could go higher, here's why. Let me show you this. In case you're not familiar, this is what's called a short squeeze. And by the way, just in case anyone is not familiar with this term, that's not the kind of shorts I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about a short squeeze, which in financial terms, and I'm sure most of you know this anyway. So a short squeeze, according to Investopedia, is a situation in which a heavily shorted stock or commodity or crypto, could be a crypto, moves sharply higher, forcing more short sellers to close out their short positions and adding upward pressure to the stock or commodity or the crypto. In other words, guys, short sellers are being squeezed out of their short positions. Let me just explain that very briefly. By the way, if you look in the journals, the articles online, and a whole bunch of nonsense out there in the media, they will tell you a whole bunch of nonsensical reasons, which has nothing to do with the real reason. The real reason I just showed you guys is because short sellers, the people who are betting against Bitcoin, had a lot of stops here. They're putting the stop losses here. Again, these are buy stops. Remember that short sellers, the only way they can close out their position is by putting a stop loss, and that's called a buy stop. So what's happening is, as Bitcoin is hitting these stop losses, as it's going higher, it's triggering these stop losses, these buy stops, which short sellers have placed. As a result, that creates a short squeeze. Okay? And guys, what's happening is that these short sellers, these very same people who are saying that Bitcoin is going to go to $3,000, okay? These are the same people, by the way, who are saying that Bitcoin is going to go to zero, going to go to 2,000. Yes, guys, these guys are being destroyed. Their positions are being taken out. And you know what? They deserve it. Guys, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video update very soon. Thanks a lot.